Hey guys, welcome back to the next video of the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. You might notice that a couple of things have changed. There's no monitors and stuff in the background, and that's because I'm in isolation at the moment, and it just makes sense to have my computer downstairs at the moment. So I've got that downstairs for ease of access, and also I've had a haircut, which is also partly to do with being in isolation. Everyone seems to be shaving their heads and stuff at the moment. So hope you're all doing well, and let's get into the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Last time we left off, I just defeated the troll, who nearly killed me, like really closely killed me. And we were heading back to the junction that we'd previously gone north, and now I guess we're heading back to go east. So 3, 2, 1. You arrive back at the junction and turn eastwards. Turn to 76. You arrive at another junction. An arrow on the wall points northwards, and you decide to proceed in this direction. Turn to 2, 4, 4. So there's I've gone northwards now. The passage runs northwards, and ahead of you you can hear the splashings of an underground river. The air becomes cool and fresh. You soon reach a wide opening of a riverbank, but despair as you look across to see no way through on the other side. To the east, the river flows through a cave in the rock. You may either sit, rest, and eat provisions, or continue by what seems to be the only way forward, jumping into the river and swimming downstream. So at the moment I've got 1 health, so I'm going to sit and eat provisions. So that's me down to 7 provisions, and that's me up to 5 health. So 1, 4, 3. I have a bad feeling that something's going to probably come out at me now. Oh dear. You squat on the sandy bank. As you prepare your meal, you notice a movement in the sand a couple of meters to your left. The movement becomes quite turbulent, and you spring to your feet, sword at the ready. Suddenly a large, tubular head breaks through the surface, twists around in the air, and picks up your scent. The smooth, segmented body of a giant sandworm rears up and sways over in your direction. As it does so, a large orifice with short, spiky teeth opens in what must be its head. You must do the battle with this creature. So I'll just show you the little clip of this. This is what the beast is. Giant sandworm. So let's fight it. Alright, so it's got skill 7, stamina 7. Alright, so that's actually pretty good for a sandworm. Well, it's a giant sandworm, I guess. Right, so I may need to use some of my luck in this again. I'm definitely going to be using luck in this again, no doubt. Alright, come on, bold marigold. Do it for the team. Which is me, myself, and I. Okay, so again, he's black, I'm the coloured blue and gold. So I've got to get at least 2 more to hurt him. No, I've got to get 1 more than him to hurt him. Okay, that's 5, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So that gives him... Okay, so he actually hurts me on the first one. I'm going to use my luck to bring that down to 1. So I need to get a 6 or lower. Double 2, alright. So that means that I lose a luck, but I only take 1 point of damage. So that's 5. And that's down to 4. Okay, that's good. I mean, it's not good that I got damage, but let's see if I can take this guy out. Come on. Okay, that's better. Alright, so we got the same, and I've got 1 extra, so that's me winning. So that's him down 2, so that brings him down to 5. Nice. Alright, that's good as well. Yes, alright. So that's another 2 down. So he's on 3. So I just need to hit him. Oh. No, I could use my luck to do more damage on him, but. Alright. Oh, I gotta remember my shield is a magic shield. So every time I take damage. So actually, yeah. Because I'm really down low. If I roll a 6 now, I'll actually save that bit of health that I would have lost as well. 3. Okay, so didn't win that. Alright, so still on 4 stamina. He's on 3. Come on. Oh god, that was close. I saw his 10 first and I thought, oh no, there's no way I'll beat this. And then I actually got an 11, so that's him down to 1. It's not going too bad. It's not going too bad. All right. So one more time. I need to hit him, and then he is dead. So I do not need to fight anything else. Yes. All right. Nice. He's dead. Whoa. God, this game. I don't know if it's because I rolled really bad stats at the beginning, or just I rolled some really bad stats against that troll, but. This is turning out to be a really intense game. Okay, so, right, let's get back into the book. So, we got, if you win, turn to 44. Well, I did win, baby. Panting after the struggle, you sit down to collect yourself and finish the provisions you started. Eventually, you pack your bag and wade into the stream. Turn 2, 399. Now, I looked up, and the sort of the provisions, and you're meant to only take provisions when it says in the book. But this is the only fighting fantasy that actually does that. Usually you can take provisions whenever you want. So I may take a couple extra during the gameplay anyway, just because I feel like it might be quite difficult with 4 health now to carry on without taking any more provisions. So I'll just see how I get on, but I may just play it as if I was playing a different fighting fantasy or any of the other ones. I think they realised that it was probably a bit difficult, so they changed it. So let's just see. So 399. The current is strong and takes you swiftly downstream. You are washed along through a narrow opening and out into a large cavern with banks on both sides. The current washes you on to the south bank. Turn to 218. Right, so I'm actually going to draw a new map now. So not sure how easily you can see that, but basically I've drawn a river and then a little river and then south bank, and this is where I am now on the south bank. Turn to 218. You're on the south bank of an underground river facing across its black depths. There appear to be 4 ways of crossing. To your left, a rusted bell bears the sign "Ferry service 2 gold pieces. Please ring." There is a small raft in front of you on the bank with a long stick resting beside it. You could punt across the river. A rickety old bridge crosses on the right. If you don't trust any of these, you may swim. Which will you choose? Well, I remember at the beginning of the game it said something about save some gold for the man who does the ferry service. So I may as well trust that advice and give the ferry service a ring. So that is turn 2, 3. Because we got plenty of gold. We got 34 gold. Alright, so that's page 3, right back to the beginning. Okay. The bell gives a dull clang, and after a few moments you see a withered old man climb into a small rowing boat moored on the north bank. He rows slowly across to you, moors the boat, and limps towards you. He asks you for 3 gold pieces. When you protest at the price, he mumbles some flimsy excuse about inflation. He begins to get angry at your protestations. Do you pay him 3 gold pieces or threaten him? Well, I've got loads of gold. I'm happy to go. So that's 3 gold. I know he's an old man who lives in a cave. I mean, can I really be that hard on him? I'm just thankful he hasn't tried to kill me yet, like most things in this place. So that's 272. 272. He calms down, takes the gold, deduct this from your gold, and rows you across to the north bank. After mooring the boat, he ambles off down a passageway. Turn 2, 7. So, we've gone here, and we've gone up to the north bank. So I've just put numbers as well on there, just to show which maps, which order. So now we're on the section of the map that is 3, so we've got to the boat. You're on the north bank of the fast-flowing river in a large underground cavern. Turn 2, 214. Facing northwards, the rock face is smooth and glistening with moisture. Moss of many different hues grows on the surface. There is an eerie silence, punctuated only by the splashing of the river as it flows behind you. You have 3 options. A passage runs off to the northwest. If you take this route, then turn to 271. A large timbered door is directly in front of you in the middle of the rock face. Another passage runs out along the river eastwards. Okay, so I'm going to draw this on. A passage runs off to the northwest. A large timbered door is directly in front of you. So that's the door, that's the passage. And another passage runs along the river eastwards. So that's down there. Okay, so at the moment we've been going, basically we've been sticking to the west, or the westest most way we can go. So we may as well just keep that going, I think, and head to the northwest one, alright? So, put that there. So we go, northwest is 271. The short passage begins to narrow and ends a few meters ahead at a doorway. If you wish to go through the door, turn 2336. If you decide against this direction, go back to the river, turn to 214. Let's go through. So we've got come to a door. Okay. You're in a small foul-smelling room. You notice 2 doors, one to the west and one behind you to the south. Okay, so a small room. The furniture in the room is sparse and has been made mostly from bits of old boats. There appears to be nothing of value in the room, but a bunch of keys hangs on the wall. An old man in ragged clothes is slumped asleep on a bench, made from half a rowing boat, snoring loudly. Next to him is a vicious-looking brown dog with red eyes and black teeth, whom you have awakened and who now is eyeing you suspiciously. A deep growl is coming from the throat. You may tiptoe and exit through the south door, bang on the door behind you and cough a few ahems to wake the old man, leap across the room with sword drawn and cut down the dog. Let's bang on the door behind me and cough a few times. Yeah, 172. Just try and get his attention, see like what he's doing. You know, sleeping. All right, fair enough, mate. The old man's eyes flutter open. He sees you and grabs for a half oar lying on the bench. You tell him you mean no harm, but he remains on guard and eyes you cautiously. Although he looks harmless enough, his dog could be dangerous. The man's boots are undone. Will you rush the dog with your weapon drawn? Ask the man questions regarding your quest. Tell him his boots are undone. I think we'll tell him... no, we'll ask him questions. So, 141. When the old man learns of your quest for treasure, he becomes angry and bids you begone. He'll have nothing to do with fortune hunters. His dog senses his anger and snarls menacingly. You may either smile, thank him and exit through the south door, or you may stay and try to pacify him. I have a feeling we could always come back here if needed, so why don't we go back and try a different route? So let's go back to 66. Or let's go to 66 and see what happens. The door opens and you find yourself in a passage leading back to the riverbank. You return to the river and may now either go for the door in the middle of the rock face, turn to 104, or go down the passage running off eastwards along the riverbank, turn to 99. Well, let's go down the riverbank, because we can always come back to the door, and we know that that's a closed off area then that we can sort of explore, I think, easier if we just carry along whatever paths we see at the moment. So 99. So we've done that. Going eastwards. The passage runs eastwards. Ahead of you, you can see that a solid looking door blocks the passage. You step up to investigate. A sign above the door reads Boathouse. The door is firmly locked, but a small barred window allows you to look inside. You can see a number of skeleton men working on building a boat of some sort. They move in a series of quick, jerky actions, rather insect-like. If you have a key clearly labelled Boathouse, turn to D. If you want to try and break the door down, turn to D. If you want to return to the riverbank and try another route. Well, I could have got that guy's key, but then the dog would have attacked me. Let's try and break the door down. So, 264. Okay. There is no way you're going to charge this door down. It is 12 centimetres solid oak. You bruise your sword arm and attempt, lose 1 skill point. You can only get through the door if you have the boathouse key. If you have this key, turn to 80, and more for you for using it straight away. Otherwise, you will have to return to the riverbank and try again. Okay. And I return to the riverbank. Turn to 129. You return to the riverbank and decide to try the door in the middle of the rock face. Turn to 104. Alright, so we're going through the door in the middle. Now, I've got 1 health now, so I'm actually going to take some provisions, I think, and bring myself up to, let's say, nearly full health. So let's say, if we eat 3, that's 12 points of health. So that leaves me with 4 provisions, and that leaves me with 12 health. At least then, if I run into any messes, I've got at least 12 hit points to take damage, otherwise I'm going to be pretty screwed, I think. So, I go through the door, turn to 104. Okay, you find yourself in a short, narrow passageway with a door ahead to the north. You try this door, turn to 49. The door squeaks open on rusty hinges. The room is dark and your eyes begin to adjust themselves as you close the door behind you. You hear a shuffling in the room, but before you can react, a blow to your head knocks you senseless. Lose 2 stamina points and turn to 1, 2, 2. Oh dear. So that's me down 2, so that's me at 10. And I get knocked senseless. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 2. I think that is a good place to leave it, and we will find out what happens in the next video. So that is, yeah, that is me being knocked out. Alright. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.